higher, saying yeah.
ATL Jacob.
Welcome back. It's another episode of This Move Podcast. It's Cliff.
Big homie Mac. We're tapping in today with DJ Ice.
Yeah, come on.
You know what I'm saying?
We need a round of applause for this. This one made it for the city.
Yes,
Appreciate it, bro.
How you doing today?
Shit, cool. Just getting after it, you know, just another day. You know.
We done popped a couple bottles of Bel Air, so we're a little groovy right now. But,
Yeah, man.
How you feeling?
I feel good, bro. Shit, this is dope. Shit, to be on the podcast with two niggas from the city. So I'm with it all the way, you know. Scotty hit me, he was like, bro, you got this.
I appreciate Scotty putting that going out of you. We definitely gonna do this.
But this is dope though. Y'all keep doing this shit for sure.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Keep next level thinking, it be innovative. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what other people aren't doing.
Real
And
shit.
add that to your show, you'll go crazy.
It give me chills. Real. I don't even want to just jump into a recent accomplishment. But my God, again, congratulations. But let's kind of, because we're going to get into a few things, but let's start from the beginning, man. Give us a little background, man. Where you originally from?
So I was born in California. My pops had a stroke. We moved out here to Arlington, Texas around my 6th grade year. I was on the south side, went to Barnett, played football. That's kind of like how I know everybody on the south.
Yeah.
Then we moved over to like Washington on the north side. And kind of like grew my football career there. That's how I paid my way through school. I was a radio DJ. So I went to HBCU, Elizabeth City State, North Carolina, played football. And then I graduated, came home, was produced for like Splurge, Get Money, Lil Ronnie, 12 Gauge, Lil Ronnie, Malev, a few other artists. COVID hit, and I came up with the idea of the A1music group to help protect producers worldwide. I met this guy named Makalo. He's a 35-year-old white dude.
Understood.
He's posting his loops on the internet. I made him 110 grand in 5 months.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Before you start giving out the game,
Let's
let's go
go
down. As y'all see what we already given as far as the dialogue, I told you earlier, it takes a certain genius to be able to mastermind what you're doing in specific. Where is the start for that? And not necessarily music in a sense, because I don't think it's necessarily just the music you connect with. I do think you connect with, as I listen, again, that black and white, going to do the research, going to execute as far as follow-ups and the progression through your studies. A lot of people collect information and do nothing with it. Where is this background, I guess, for the business side for you coming?
I was just thinking one day, I was like, man, like all these kids, or not even kids, just humans are being taken advantage of who are working on, like their material that they produce is being used on like these big worldwide records, and these big producers are leaving them off records, you know, and it's not really fair because like they don't make the melodies to these big records that we listen to, that we're hearing on the radio and that's being streamed. So I was like, you know, any like business-minded person would be like, okay, that's a weak point in the market. Like, let's take advantage of that. And then we're also like helping people. So like that's another thing that makes me feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's where the idea came from, was just I want to help people, and I want to help people who are getting taken advantage of and that are making these records that make you feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not the biggest producer making that, bro. Like, it's the kid sitting at home in his bedroom, cooling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Just sitting in the room vibe.
Yeah.
And they getting $1 off of them, so that's when you come into play.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure they get that advance.
Yeah.
And we've switched that advance to what's called like a sample payment fee. So our clients can make money off the master in real time. You know what I'm saying? Because if you take an advance, you have to wait till the song makes that much money to make money off your 1 to 3% on the master that you negotiate, right? So we just switched it to a sample clearance. Shout out Ness. He co-manages me with Israel. I'm working on Dying.
Heavy
And
talk already.
he put me on game.
Business move.
Yeah, he put me on game with that. So now all my clients make money in real time off the master.
So would you say like,
And they get all the publishing.
you changed the game changer?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm bridging the gap, like, because a lot of people don't like producers who are so-called like loop makers. They're really producers, but because they're international, they're not from. They don't like Americans.
Yeah.
They think Americans are they think we're some of the most selfish people in the world, bro. So when they meet someone who's genuine, who wants to help them, I only take 10%. You know what I'm saying? All my clients, bro, you can call them right now.
Yeah.
10%. They are.
But when you say 10%, what's the average person taking?
30 to 40% monthly.
30-40%.
Yeah, and they're not doing anything. And at A1, we run our clients' loops through these data containers, and we can tell them who's using their loops in real time worldwide. I'll go take those records down, get them paid in a sample clearance fee, retroactive on the master and future. They'll own that for the rest of their life and all of their publishing. And I only take 10%.
10%.
Yeah, 10% of that advance, 10% publishing. If I negotiate you in advance over 5K, I take 20% of that advance, 10% publishing. And all my clients are in the agreement. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Popular shit. That's why we
So
here.
tell me, what would be if I'm I don't know if it'd be the same for artists and a producer, but let's just speak on producing. And if I'm a producer, what is the proper way of, or a loop maker, of placing my work out?
Of like placing your workout, or if you use somebody's shit, what do you need to do to get it cleared?
No, placing my workout.
Right. So I mean, there's lots of avenues. You can send your stuff out to bigger producers because bigger producers usually don't like making the melodies on the track. Unless they're really the executive producing the song, you know what I'm saying? And there's not a lot of niggas left like that, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out my guy Israel, because he's one of them ones who can do that. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
But it's really not a lot of people out here in the world who can do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just like beat makers, or they can make the top line to the record. You know.
Hey.
Pop
What's going on, man? Since we got me already, I got to stand up and give a round of applause. We got Grammy Award.
Yeah, let's go.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
The bottle's gone, man. How you doing, baby? How you doing? For the viewers, for the listeners, for people who don't know, can you introduce yourself for me?
How y'all doing? My name is Israel. I'm a producer. I run a label by the name of Agency 301. You know, I just like to help people. That's what I do.
You got the Grammy, bro.
For the people who don't know whatever the fuck they are, can we explain what we just won a Grammy for?
Oh, so I co-produced Wait For You by Future, Drake, and Tems. We got a crazy Grammy, we got a BET award, we got an AMA award, we got a bunch of other awards, but I can't take the credit for that. I have to give God that credit for it.
It's a business move. Damn, so man, we just had to run off pace, but let's get back on pace right quick, man. Now that we both here, man, y'all can help us out as well as far as getting this knowledge. Let's get back on it. I mean, so with delivering, I guess distributing a product, what would be the next step? I know. Continue on it. We had kind of interrupted it. Continue on what you were saying. I apologize.
You can get placements different ways, bro. Shooting your stuff out to bigger producers, networking. If you're a good person who can network in person in the studios and network your way in the studio into a session and do what you need to do to get that placement. You know what I'm saying?
So what about on the black and white?
On the black and white end, if you get a placement, how's the business go?
Because a lot of times I'm sure people are, again, putting it on YouTube, putting their products, SoundCloud, whatever it may be, sending out these loops and whatever other distribution forms they are, but sometimes they lose the track of when it is being used. Right. I guess when there is a product being made, but they're just not seeing it, how would they understand or what are ways to find where my product is going? Or is that where you come in?
Yeah, that's like where we come in. You know, but there's all different types of cases. Like for right now, we got the St. John in London on the track case. We got one of our clients. He made the top line on the melody. They want to kind of cut him out on the publishing, give him no points. Yeah. They want to cut him out on the advance. You know what I'm saying? They want to give London on the track. High five figure advance, but don't want to give our client who made the entire melody of the composition. They don't want to give him. They just want to give him $2,500. You feel me? No points on the master, and they want to cut him out a little more on the publishing.
So
that's where we come in.
Hold on right quick. So for the both of y'all, what would be the expected for a situation like that? What would be the proper deal?
So what would be the proper deal?
What would be the proper deal?
First and foremost, you're not gonna be getting a 5-figure deal and leaving a nigga that made half the melody out and giving him $25. Not happening. At minimum, we getting 8 bands. If not 8 bands, we're gonna take it up. If you can't give us any master, we're leaving with master. If we're not leaving with 1 point, 2 points on the master, if we get 0.5 on the master, you're gonna have to up that 8 bands maybe by like 10. You know what I'm saying? And publishing, if there were 4 main producers on the record and you played a key role on that record, 12.5 off rip. And you have a choice. Like we had a call with one of the A&Rs for the record. We were just like, yo, this is what it is, this is what it's not. Like, okay, cool. Like, if you can't do it, the record will come down. We're taking the record down. Nobody's gonna make no money.
And that record's done. It's about to be down.
Oh, it's about to be down in about 48 hours.
But how do y'all know, like, on the artist scene, like, what's like a crazy experience for either one of y'all? Just like, where you just like, damn, that's my melody. Well, that's just something that
Shit, my boy Makalo, he was like, hey bro, I need you to take down Young Thug Millions. I was like, damn.
And he said, why?
That's a fact.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? But it's different though, like when a nigga at home really hungry, bro, like, and he's sitting there watching like a record got all these millions of streams and like Weezy didn't make the melody on that hoe. Like, you know what I'm saying? I made Weezy pay him. Weezy got 28 bands. I made him pay McCullough $14,000.
No, real talk.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I need half of that. You didn't make that. I need the master. We got that retroactive, and we got the publishing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think of a dude in Sweden who doesn't even. You know what I'm saying? A dude in Sweden made $110,000, bro. Me.
Just throughout it in a sense. You know, you going to clean up the. Yeah. You going to clean up the book for what the money's going.
Yeah.
I won't lie though. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I won't lie though. Like I feel like sometimes a lot of these executives try to scare these producers and try to be like, oh, we won't work with you again. But when you start realizing, you start having an understanding of what you're worth and what you bring to the table, it's like, bro, what you talking about right now? Like, like, what are we even talking about right here?
Yeah, this is crazy.
There's copyright law, and there's certain things where that's why it's important to know your business, like know what you're entitled to. Because if you don't know, I promise you, somebody's gonna take advantage of it.
Absolutely. It's ugly.
Yeah.
We gotta learn the lingo, you know?
It's ugly.
And no one wants to go to litigations in the U.S. Like, if you intentionally infringe someone's copyright and they want to go pursue it, bro, the minimum fine is $190,000, bro. That's the minimum fine.
Niggas don't got that.
So what artist wants to be liable for that? That's why they're gonna handle. If we take down a song, they're gonna handle what we asked to, because our client literally made that shit. You feel me? Like,
It's proof, it's timestamps.
yeah, like, you know. I'm not gonna get into the audio recognition shit, but like, bro, we know if you used our stuff, like, it's 100%. We've never lost. We're 79-0 as of today.
But like this knowledge I'm hearing, right now, have y'all always had that knowledge, or did y'all have to go through certain different things and see certain things, or was it times that y'all did get messed over, or you get what I'm saying? Just insight on. Yeah, I also.
I'm gonna let Ice take over after I say this though.
Go
but
ahead.
Honestly, I feel like for me, like I learned the simple, like the laws of the music business just through like managing artists and like, you know what I mean? Like just trying to develop artists and making sure like, okay, cool, when we have to take care of splits for the records, when we have to take care of like them getting paid for certain things, so we know like, yo, this is what you should expect. So I can't teach them unless I teach myself.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But as far as like this next level, like protecting producers and making sure we find every record that you see, like he said, we're not gonna speak too much on the sauce.
Yeah, for sure. I can't though, because like my brother is over that. You know?
Yeah, you know, but all we can say is there's ways to find every record that used a specific audio file.
Understood.
We can take an audio file and run it through something that we won't say.
Yes, sir. Business
And
move.
find everything.
Yeah, everything.
How about for yourself, guys? Are you kind of agreeing off of what he just said?
Yeah, that's exactly what we do, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's have it.
it's just.
You know what?
If you see a claim come, it's now gotten to the point, bro. Like when any label sees that A1music claim come through, like they know it's legit. So it's like let's get this taken care of, because like we know that this is a problem. You know what I'm saying? For instance, like the famous producer Palace, who was signed to 808 Mafia, he used every one of my clients' melodies. He's never made a melody, so he built his whole career, 25 major placements, off of my producer Gunboy, who lives in Germany, who doesn't even care about this because he's like rich off Bitcoin. And shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, it's the principle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's my work. It's my
Yeah,
work.
and you know, shit. I don't know, bro. Like,
Where does that help come
crazy.
from? Though? Where you
That's
want to
right.
help people. There's some people that they, you know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit. It's like each one teach one's at the door. It's just like I get mine, fuck everybody.
shit,
But
teaching, you gotta, I mean, it's cool, bro, because everybody I manage, they're their own boss. I literally work for them.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
before I do something, I gotta ask this nigga, like, hey, bro, can I do this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's his own boss. He owns all my producers, most of them own their own shit.
Understood.
This nigga has his own whole record label. And I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm just
Yeah.
thankful to be a part of it. And I'm thankful to be a part of everybody else I work with. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm just the nigga like, hey, don't go here, go here. Get your shit here.
That's heavy.
Go here, go here. And they're all in the green. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a manager taking 40% money.
30, 40.
Like, that's
My
crazy.
team, I'm
And they're
good.
not doing anything. They don't do nothing.
Yeah.
For real. They don't do anything. And I feel comfortable saying that. I don't care how any of these other big managers feel about it.
Well,
I know how their
that's
clients
all we
feel.
hear,
You know what I'm
big
saying?
people.
Like,
Yeah.
How do you
Right.
feel on, I guess, a production deal, you know, with majors?
a production deal where you, like, as far, so they have like administration deals,
So admin would be more so,
a company helping you collect your royalties worldwide, you own all of your stuff.
and production deal would be more
Guys,
so like
A co-pub deal is 50-50 with the company, but their job, they're responsible for helping you recoup whatever they gave you. They're responsible for putting you in sessions, responsible for pretty much taking care of you. It's a co-pub deal is just like an artist getting a deal with a label. You know what I'm saying? But we make the music, so we have like a little more leverage than the
Yeah.
artists. You know what I'm saying? That's why we always get a little more than the artists. You know what I'm saying? So.
that's heavy. Tell me something. Tell me something. I mean, because off the conversation, I told you this in the car. And this is the point for what we're doing. I'm trying to switch the paradigm to my people. Everybody want to do what we said, you know, the cloud. You know, everybody want to do what's sexy. But the artist needs an accountant. The artist needs an engineer. The artist needs a producer. The artist needs a lawyer, security. Why do you think that we miss these avenues off of our self-creativities? Things that we naturally connect with impossibilities. I mean, do you think it is because for the majority of people just want to be that spotlight, or do you think they don't have the knowledge to these different avenues?
It all comes down to, do you really love music or not? And the rest of that shit come with that shit. Like, you know, if you make dope music, the bread and all that shit come with that shit. You should already know that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why it's so easy to weed niggas out. You know what I'm saying? When I went to LA, this guy Ness, who I co-manage Israel with, who owns Working on Dying, and Tenny, who's actually from Arlington, he manages Trippie Redd. He's from Arlington.
Understood.
They was like, bro, niggas will weed their self out. You know, like, you don't gotta worry about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like a piece of advice I took from that.
I think something I could add to that though is, like, once artists start looking at themselves as businesses, every artist is an LLC. Like, if your name was, what can I say? Let's say Trippie Redd.
Understood.
And it's Trippie Redd LLC.
Talk that shit.
You're a company. Like, you're the same way as if you would run a clothing brand or a tech company. You're a company and you have a C-suite. You have people that do certain things that are better at certain things to run certain things.
Understood.
Right? So basically what that means is you're going to need a manager because you need to manage everything. Every company, every business usually has a general manager. They run everything and they make sure everybody else is working within the company is doing what they're supposed to do, right? You have your head of marketing. You have your person who makes sure, like, whatever product you're creating is properly, like, distributed to the proper avenues for it to grow.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You have your CFO, which is your chief financial officer, the person who's gonna make sure, like, the finances are being ran properly and the accountant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
so I just feel like if artists start looking at their brand as like if they're starting a company, it would help everything. Because making the music is the fun part. People put so much energy, like, oh, I'm an artist because I'm making music. Like, bro, you doing the fun part.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
It's like that's 10% of the job.
Let's talk about
this
it.
guy. Now we gotta get to the
Ain't what you know, who you know.
Bruh. And I think the closest thing is artists are the closest, in my opinion, to clothing brands. If I make a shirt right now, it's not gonna sell itself. Well, I'm gonna just walk outside and like take my shirt. How are you gonna sell it to people? Who's gonna make sure the financials taken care of? Who's gonna make sure, like, you're okay to be able to sell it to
Who's
people?
gonna help you?
Who's gonna help you build that brand?
Yeah.
So a lot of people know how to make shirts, but they don't know how to sell shirts. You know what I'm saying?
So I know y'all got to move around, but like, as y'all move around, what do y'all see different from the DFW music scene or whatever scene?
Like when we out there in LA.
To LA scene. You get what I'm saying?
That's
But like,
easy.
why we kind of, like, I just want to know insight, because that's what business move pocket with some dudes like we use. Like,
that shit.
why are we so like, I guess you would use the word term slower, or is it, what do
What we
y'all
like in the
see?
business?
I feel like we don't cross network and cross function in DFW. So like, say we got like a hot artist team, right? That team, that artist and his team, they want to do things like their way. They don't want to cross network and let a person help them get to the level 2. You know what I'm saying? It might be level 1 booming, but bro, when you go to LA, nigga, you restart. You feel me? Like, you're cool, yeah, you booming. You're here at home, right? When you go to LA, bro, that shit restarts, bro. So like, because it's so much more of a market out here that you have to get in. I feel like people get, Texas is a big state and you can make a lot of money in Texas.
Yeah.
So I feel like they get spoiled with that and then they forget like it's the rest
So
of
it's
the
more
world.
people helping in LA? Is we?
Yeah, but
everybody-
I mean, well, here, like, for instance, like, you got people here behind the scenes, but I feel like the people here behind the scenes that's really in the music industry, like, I'm not talking about no blog niggas or none of that shit. I'm talking about niggas really in the music industry. You
Yes,
feel me?
sir.
Like, when we reach out to help, like, they're just not like receptive, bro. Like, they just want to keep that shit.
For the
in
stranger,
the house.
bro.
But in LA, one thing I noticed and I appreciate about LA, people who have accomplished a certain amount of things, they're more willing. They see you for like, okay. They see you for what you can bring to the table, which is everything. Yo, you're actually good at this. Like, come on. I realized here, although I love the area, I love the people, but it's like here, it's like, okay, I accomplished this thing. Now everybody get out my bubble. Like, we gonna have to work to get in this bubble. Like, hold on, what?
Right.
What?
Where is the,
Like, there's no like, oh, yo, like, I finally got past this door. Okay, I know a few other people that have that thing in them to get in this door as well. So why don't we all be in this door and figure out, all right, cool.
Absolutely.
Once we all get in this door, what should we all do in this door to make sure we to get to the next door? You know what I'm saying? It's more of I told y'all, nigga, I'm in this door, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People don't understand, you build enough bridges, you can walk anywhere. I mean, 2 minds is always better than one. Like you said, I think out here in the DFW, we just in such a competitive nature.
And that's all it is, bro. It's just like, I feel like that's the perfect word for it. It's just like really competitive, but bro,
Is it too
the
competitive?
music
It sound
industry,
like-
it's so much money in the music industry, bro. Like, now that I've done it for a year and a half, just being honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, there's so much better to make together, you know what I'm
Hey, that
saying?
Bel Air bottle got me thinking. Can I ask you a question?
For sure.
Who, you said you've reached out. Who have you reached out to? It just makes me dumbfounded that doesn't want to work with you.
Shit, I ain't gonna say they don't work.
Don't want to work with you.
I'll
but
say
you reached
they
out to
left-
build that bridge.
I don't want to say no names, but they definitely like left me out real though.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But
on the back end part, like, even like just as a whole, like, how has it changed since the whole Grammy thing? It just
No, hold on.
No.
If we gonna go that route. No, we gonna go that route. Okay, let's go Grammy Day. We wake up. Let's get in the little high spirit. We wake up. What's the start for that day? Where we starting at? Go.
order breakfast.
Okay.
Bro, ordered breakfast. I ordered my breakfast. We're cooling. Shit, we get dressed. Call our PR. We call Tally.
I gotta tell them the whole.
All right.
Come on,
go ahead.
I'm just trying to get that.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie.
I want to get the feel of me walking into the Grammy right quick.
The day before, I was doing some calculations in my head. I'm like, oh no. I was like, we got 3 nominations. We got rap song of the year, we got rap album of the year, and we got melodic rap performance. I'm like, why would they put us in a random rap melodic performance? Like, they did that for a reason, because they know they wanted to win something. That's what I told them the day before. But the morning of, I was like, all right. I was just happy that the nomination was a thing. I was like, I'm grateful for that, and I'm gonna work harder. And if we don't win, I'm gonna just win another one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we woke up, got breakfast. You know what I mean? Ate good. After that, my stylist came, was trying to like just put the fit together a little bit. Ice was chilling. Ice was just calling like, yo, let me know. You know you're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? For real.
He like, just order the regular one. I'm like, nah, we getting the Uber XL, nigga. We finna pull up to that.
For real. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. So, next thing you know, I talked to Tally. Shout out Tally Spencer. That's my publicist. Tally Spencer, she's really cool. She's my publicist. She was like, yo, like, I just wanna make sure that we all pull up to the red carpet at the same time so I can get you on the, you know what I'm saying? Get you on all the blogs you need to know. And then we went to the premiere ceremony. We got to the red carpet. We did our thing. Premiere ceremony. I shit you not. We first was sitting at like the back of the Grammy audience. I'm like, Ice, bro, we gotta move up. Cause
my heart goes. This nigga like, nah, we going on stage, nigga. Like,
I'm like, he felt that shit.
I was like, Ice, we gotta move up a little bit. Cause what I don't want to happen is they call it and we're all the way at the back and it takes us too long to get up.
Yeah.
So by the time we get up there, they already, you know what I'm saying? Right, I knew it. So we moved up, and I seen my guy Rush D and ATL Jacob come like a few rows in front of us. I'm like, yo, let's go sit over there. So we walked over there by ATL Jacob. Rush D, we got there, everybody else. Oh, Rush, we're good. Literally, I shit you not, probably 30 seconds after that, I was like this. They called the R&B performance before that. I was like, I'm literally sitting on the edge of my seat, like, all right, I know it's about to come. You ready? They said, best rap melodic performance goes to. I was already halfway about to stand up. Future, Drake, and Tems, wait for you. Come on. Ice looking at me like this. Ice looking at me like this. Ice is like, I'm like, come on. Like,
Get your ass
bro.
I tripped and shit over the ladies' shoe. I'm like, damn, bro.
Come on, bro.
That shit is crazy. And I'm just sitting back. We walk on stage. I dap up Rush. Bro, fucking Jimmy Jam. Next to me, he like, he's like, this nigga made the original. Take this right here. He need this. He gives me the actual nomination certificate.
The certificate they opened and like, he gave it to us.
You got that
I
motherfucker.
got that
motherfucker. No cap,
So,
this is crazy.
and shout out ATL Jacob too, because he didn't have to do that. Like, when I got on stage, he was just like, yo, like, hey, bro, come here. I got a whole speech. He was just like, yo, this is the person that made the original. Wait for you, man. I just said my thing.
Absolutely.
So I gotta.
How was that moment though?
You know
what I'm saying?
Yo, hey, I'm not gonna lie.
Felt like your first time was real.
Bruh,
You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful, bro.
it felt like, you know what it felt
That's
like?
beautiful.
It felt like I graduated high school and I was giving that little high school speech before you go to college. It felt like looking out in that crowd and seeing like the thousands of people, like, I wasn't necessarily intimidated. It was just more of like, yo, I'm just thankful. I knew this was coming. And I'm thankful that God like made this happen at this time. And if you go, y'all seen the video?
Yeah.
If you go watch the video, I was like, I'm just speechless.
Man, what? I guarantee you shit.
Whenever y'all walk over, was you
Oh, nah, not yet. They came towards the 5 p.m. the second ceremony.
So hold on, because I know you probably like blown up your mouth because you, man, when do it hit though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Has it hit?
You know what the problem is with me, and I think this is partially because I'm Nigerian too, and how I grew up. Like, this is a problem sometimes. It's not always a good thing. I'm always ready for the next thing. Like sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, it's cool. Like I smile and like ha ha ha, but I'm like, I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
I can't sit here.
Bro, we was cooling, bro. We left that. We
left early. We were like, all right, cool. We got it.
So has it hit though?
We gotta get into that. Can we get into that record?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the process of building that record?
So originally it was like everything aligned in a crazy way. Like I moved to LA, 2 months of rent in my bank account. I had no plan. And next thing you know, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go to LA and provide value. Okay. I provided value. I was consistent. I was reliable. And one play came to another. Then I met. Shout out my cousin Mandy Wells. He had a song with Tems. That's my cousin. Yeah. So you hip already?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, appreciate it. So
That's
my cousin called me. He was like, "Yo, bro, like
For real.
He was like, "Yo, bro, like I have come pull up to my video shoot." I mean, I'm like, man, why not? And his videos with Tems, he has a song with Tems. So we just pulled up. We all Nigerian, so we all vibing, like talking to Tems, her team, Wale, Muiwa, everybody. And we just vibed, you know, and next you know, like we got called to work with them on a project. Like, oh, I did some like little music direction for them, like, you know what I'm saying, we got this shit right for a live show. Then they loved it, they called us again. So it's my guy Sonic was like, yo, like, did you hear about the whole Tems situation already? Like, yo, we need to pull up to the boom, boom, boom. We pulled up to the joint. We didn't know it was a Genius Live session yet. We just knew we were pulling up to help, man. That's one thing, I don't need another information. I'm just gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying?
You want to do the work.
Provide what you say.
Provide value.
Yes, sir.
So we pulled up. Hey, shout out Sonic Major too. So we pulled up and we just played like we were supposed to be doing a rendition of Higher. And I was just telling them like, yo, like we have two instruments here. We got to change some things up. And like literally, it was just no practice, no nothing. I was like, yo, bro, let's do it. I started changing chords, started taking it from the ones. I knew where to go with it.
Can you hear it right now?
Oh, I can hear it in my head every day. You want me to sing that motherfucker?
Can you?
That motherfucker's a doom, you know what I'm saying? But we did the drop six for the musicians that watch, drop six, the ones, the two. Didn't think much of it. We did it in like 2 takes. We left. And after that, we were hooping in the backyard a little bit.
Thinking it's some regular shit.
This on regular like Tems, everybody. We were just all cool in the Airbnb.
Kicking this shit.
We left. Next thing you know, the Genius Live drops. I'm like, oh, that's the Genius? Oh, okay, that's cool.
And that's when you know.
Yeah. Well, oh, this is fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is fire, it's going good. And at that time, I'm still thinking of the next thing. So I'm just like, not really deep in it. Next thing you know, I'll probably say a few months later. Yo, I'm glad. Shout out everybody at Epic because we got the business done right. But
Had to be stiff.
we had to be stiff, boy.
A1music.
We gonna get to that part.
Nah, Agency 301
I'm not,
too, though.
I'm not gonna lie though.
Nah, it was bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was like bro set the standard. He's like, look, I want this, and he even fired a lawyer in the process. Like he was super stiff. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that was a whole different. So I'm gonna tell you the story. It's gonna be quick. So I was in the point of time where I was like, all right, man. I was listening to more positive music at the time, so you knew like just trying to cleanse my palate. You know what I'm saying? And when I saw like the whole Future project, I didn't know yet. I didn't know that the record was on the air. Next thing you know, like I'm in a group chat full of my niggas, and they're just like, yo, this is the best song on the project. I'm not listening to it. I'm just kind of scrolling past it. I'm like, oh, Future, I don't really hear all the toxic stuff right now. You know?
Just because that's where your mind's space is.
No,
Okay.
at that time,
Okay.
toxic stuff. 2 weeks later, somebody else goes, yeah, you're right. This is the best. This is the best record. Some of me was like, I knew it was a click this joint. You know how like when you on the text group, they send the Apple Music link, you can just press play. It's like a quick second. I press play. It took 5 seconds for me to be like, oh, it's over with. I think
I got that call.
I was like, hey. Oh nah. Oh, we finna get paid, man.
Real deal.
You know, I got high anxiety in my heart.
I'm already knowing.
He's like, nah, that's it.
How y'all know though?
The baseline.
I know myself.
The baseline.
I know. Like
You fuck with the music, you can hear it.
I feel like I know myself. Humbly speaking, I know myself and my sound enough to know what it's.
That nigga said the baseline.
Well, he brought up something because I asked him. That's always the question I ask everybody. I was like, okay, well, how do you know? He's like, nigga, there's no fucking bass slides on the original shit. You know what I'm saying?
On the one that was on the album before the James one, there's no bass slides. There's no guitar in them.
Yeah, like
you know what I'm saying. So I was like,
I'm gonna spice this
Yeah, the guitar section.
bruh. So we had to do so basically. After we got that done, we had some back and forth with the teams. But after you gotta be stiff, man. If you're not stiff, you will. Doesn't matter. It could be the nicest people in the world. You will get ran over. So we were stiff enough where, like he said, I had to fire my lawyer because my lawyer. Shout out Matt, but like my lawyer, he was doing too much politicking, like trying to be Mr. Nice Guy and keep relationships with labels. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to hear that.
Yeah.
Like, so shout out Tiffany.
We love you, Tiffany. Shout out Tiffany.
I was like, hey, I called Tiffany. I was like, yo, Tiffany, we got to get this situation situated because people playing with it. Next thing you know, like we got the situation closed. We talked to the team. We had to do a little like.
But you already knew though. You already knew when you heard it.
We know a lot more now though.
Yeah.
Like, nah, for
I
real.
said so. Like how high was like the? I mean, you got Future on. How high was the expectations? Did it exceed expectations?
What you mean?
Like,
The business
like,
part?
damn,
Or what?
I'm gonna get a Grammy. Did you say that?
Oh, I knew. You know, the moment I knew was the moment when the song came out, and everywhere I would travel to, and I'd be in the car or Uber, and the radio was on, and the song was just always played.
That bitch sexy, bro. That bitch
Right. Or I'm kicking it with my girl at the time, and every restaurant we go to, we just eating, and it's just, I said, hold on. And I'm realizing I'm hearing it everywhere.
How that make you feel?
Honestly, that goes back to people.
He said, what's next?
It don't hit at the moment. I
Man,
swear.
so-
I swear we had this conversation 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Bro, we was cooling. Like, I don't know if y'all really, bro, we was cooling at the Grammys, bro. Like,
Right.
we wasn't even, it didn't really hit us till like a few days after, you know what I'm saying?
It sound like
We was
they
really
hit
cool.
y'all in.
And then on top of that, the Grammys is kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
with the satanic stuff and stuff, that shit's kind of weird. God didn't let us, that's something cool too. Like God didn't let us see that the whole time we was there.
No, that's bad.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't get to see none of that weird shit. Like,
That's bad.
God let us really enjoy that moment
Yeah.
on a low key vibe, and the shit hit us after.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful. I mean, did y'all both get I know you, when we recorded the record, you recorded it in studio with Tems, correct?
Yeah,
Did you
so
get to be a part of that?
No, I'm just a
Okay,
manager.
okay.
I'm a manager.
I know you be in and out of sessions.
Oh, yeah.
so here and there.
So Ice was always my guy. Ice was always like, before this, like Ice always held it down for me. Like when I was managing a certain artist and developing certain artists, Ice was just like, yo, Ice, do you DJ for so and so? He's like, yeah, man, yeah. Just looking out for me on something like, I got you. So when I got the record, I didn't have a manager. Since I was used to being a manager for other people, I was like, oh, I can self-manage like this, which I could. But I was just like, I called Ice and I told him about it. He was like, what we doing? I was like, and I thought about it. I was like, oh, nah, I do fuck with this nigga. Can I curse?
Yeah.
I was like, look. I was like, yo, I do fuck with this nigga. This is a solid nigga, and I knew what he was trying. What he was headed. His head was at the same, like, you know what I'm saying?
Cause I was kind of like already doing the copyright shit at the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like at the bubble of the shit.
Hey, copyright
Talk
shit.
to nominations. I mean, how many?
Well, this year we were 9 times platinum, 34 times Billboard. We got 6 Grammy nominations. Bro got three. Jakai got nominated for Luckiest Man with Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Got a Latin Grammy nomination with Archangel for Batman. And then we got DJ Khaled. We did on his album. Guys did. Yeah, God did.
What was
Resume.
What was our favorite project for 2022?
Oh, wait for you, just cause the whole product, bro. I got to see my nigga come up. That's crazy.
Whoa, hey.
The whole process though. Now that whole and then just learning.
And for all the majors, for everybody who's not paying attention to the world, I don't know if y'all hearing this or not, but both of these gentlemen from Arlington, Texas, baby. Not originally, but as far as where the roots come from, we've been grown. I don't know if you've been. Hey, it's a lot of talent out here. It's a lot of talent out here. Let's get into the city though. Tell me something.
How shit changed in the city for y'all since y'all came to touch that?
You know what's
You know
so
what I'm
crazy?
saying?
He said he been ignoring that.
Hold on. We're talking in the car.
He been ignoring that. Hey, you gotta stay focused.
Like,
You
you
gotta
know what
stay
I'm saying?
focused.
Like, how did that change? Like, just coming, cause I ain't gonna lie to you. I woke up to y'all winning the Grammy, everybody, and I shared the shit. I said,
I mean, the city show love.
I shared the shit. I ain't know who y'all was.
But that be the bullshit too. That one thing with Max saying.
It was gems in the city we didn't even see. So how that shit changed for y'all to come back and everybody? How was that feeling for y'all? Or has it changed?
You wanna go first?
Nigga, I know it's changed. This nigga just won a Grammy. Bro, again, we not talking about BET, MTV.
It's dope. It's
talking
cool.
about the fucking
I feel like
Grammys.
people don't really understand the magnitude of it though. You feel me? It's dope. 2 niggas from Harlem Valley, but they just don't understand the scope. But we also working on like some bigger shit, bro. So
Yeah, I get that, but how has it changed for y'all? Like, do they treat y'all different now? Is it a different? Is people reaching out? Cause you know
more
what I'm saying?
love. That's it, really, bro.
Yeah.
As far as people reaching out, I mean, people always reach out. You know what I'm saying? Because we're genuine people, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, people always gonna reach out. Like that's always been a given. You know.
No, for sure.
it's just a lot of, I mean, what, fake love? You want me to say it? Fake love? You want me to say it? I say it, you know? It's a lot of genuine love too, though.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Right?
Nah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? But it's
I'm
also
just saying
about
to say, cause like we got a lot of, I'm from the city. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of rappers that's from the blah, blah, blah. And they ain't won no Grammys.
Yeah.
They ain't nominated. They ain't, so what I'm saying is, and I appreciate y'all for coming on the platform, it's just like, damn, like, we ain't had to go above and beyond that. Y'all from here, we from here, let's do it. So I'm just saying, it's a lot of gents probably riding around the city that ain't getting no type of.
I see what you're saying. So
you get what I'm saying?
I think what it is like, and this is no disrespect to nobody, but it's like when you know what you bring to the table and you know your value and you know what's about to come for you, you don't have to act. You don't have to be like put people through loops to get in contact with you. You don't have to do that. I feel like you only have to do that when you're not sure when your next opportunity is going to come. So you got to really take advantage of this moment and be that person you had in your head. But we are those people that we know we are. So it's like, we don't got to prove that. We don't got to act. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
for sure. For sure. Fake love, you can keep it, but.
Bro, all you got to do, I'm not going to lie, all you got to do is practice your craft and be a good person. Simple. And I feel like every door you want is going to open.
So, hold on, so did y'all always know?
Oh.
Like,
know what? Always know what?
Like, just cause y'all came up with be here one day.
Oh, 1,000%.
Oh yeah, for sure. Bro. I was at fucking AWS closing out like big ass music deals. I knew this shit was going somewhere. I knew it was going because in the publishing world it takes like a year or two to get on. Yeah. And I knew this shit was gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on, when did you know? Because I always like to give some education.
Because all right, so when you work at AWS, look, so Jeff Bezos, he has this thing when you work at AWS, bro, like you can't work on a separate business. So like I knew my shit was big when my boss called me. He was like, "Yo, like take your business off your LinkedIn. Like Amazon's catching on to what you're doing." My boss fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I really appreciate it. He changed my life though, bro. Like, like that nigga hired. I made $164K, bro, last year at Amazon. You know what I'm saying? And I quit my job, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to take like a $60K advance, so that's like a big cut for me and my family, but like I could run, I got enough money to live to do music, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do what you love.
Off of a year of hustling at my job at AWS, and I was doing that shit and I was running my company at the same time, you know what I'm saying?
How was the time though? Yeah, did you take anything from the infrastructure of working at AWS?
Definitely.
Your business
all
now?
the leadership principles, like, but the best one was customer obsession, being obsessed with your customer, making sure you handle shit right, go through the processes and shit. If you fuck up, be accountable. Like, that's my thing, you know what I'm saying? Because you might fuck up sometimes, but nigga, if you're not in the corporate world, that's what that taught me. Like, that's how niggas get fired, bro. Like, I saw the best people get fired for not being accountable, for just not saying like, okay, I fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like, a CEO would rather have a person that they could teach and be accountable rather than having a high performing person who's not accountable for serious mistakes.
Can you be coachable?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Can you say you fucked up and you did wrong and you fucked up the business for today?
Yeah.
So since we're talking about fucking up, but in infrastructure, where is the artist, where is the business going wrong in the DFW on the music scene?
Shit, niggas just don't want to share. That's all. Just keep it in houses. That's all.
You gotta share.
What about Israel? What you think? What's your response to that?
I think it's a lack of information.
Yeah.
I think it's people that don't really have all the information. Not everybody, but most people that don't have all the information, instead of humbling themselves and wanting to go get more information, they take the little information they have and act like it's everything.
Yeah.
So the people that are trying to learn the little information they have instead of just learning, teaching them that little information, and you might learn something you didn't know from that other person. It's always like, all right, I got this little gold pot. Let me keep this because I don't know how long it's gonna be here. So I just feel like if people would just like take a second to keep learning instead of trying to reap what you gain from the little thing you learn, that might be that one moment you learned something that made you realize that, oh, I think that's what it is. People in DFW don't understand that you know nothing unless you realize, only people that know everything realize they know nothing. You sit down like, I still got more to learn.
No, for sure.
Right, everything would work way smoother out here. You know what I mean? And there's no real infrastructure. Like, I'm not gonna speak any names, but just like there's nobody that actually sat down and was like, okay, like nobody that I've seen sat down and like built a whole company of community and figuring out how to because a lot of people they build something they leave. Like I'm just building this for myself. I'm gone. Like,
Okay, right.
what? And it goes back to what we were speaking about before we got on camera, where it's like sometimes it's about being in the right market too. Like if more people left to come back, because there's certain things you're not going to learn unless you go into the market where you're at. Unless you go to the LAs or the New Yorks, you go and you sit there for a second. You have to take that sacrifice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So you're saying you need to travel in a sense. You got to sit at different tables and get different conversations.
literally, every person I can name that I'll be like, yo, they actually made something for themselves. They left to get a certain level of information that you don't really get here to come back and bring and build something for themselves. Everybody. Not
So
one person.
I don't even cut you off. If you don't move to LA, you think you get that Grammy?
If I did move to LA, I think sooner or later, I think LA kind of sped it up though.
Yeah.
I feel like LA was kind of like I was telling you off camera, it's like real estate. Like if I'm new and I want to get into like real estate, either I'm gonna start with wholesale real estate. If I want to buy a property, I go where the real estate is cheaper and I know the demand is gonna go up within the next year. I'm gonna go to Oklahoma, I'm gonna go to Dallas, I'm gonna go to Houston, like certain parts of Houston. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go to Delaware.
I'm gonna go somewhere where the property has value.
Yeah, I'm not going to New York because I'm not gonna pay $1 million for a 2-bedroom house with one level. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go on the positive side. Musically, I mean, what artists, producers, even videographers, I'm sure we have a chain of people. I mean, do we feel like we have major talent out here in DFW?
Right now,
Right now.
I'll give it to Big X first right now.
Man.
He's got the #1 album on hip hop album on
Big
iTunes.
love. Shout out Inner Circle, baby. Shout out Big X.
Right now, that's like the only team I see doing it right. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of growth that can happen for sure. So.
No other artists. Like, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say no other artists. You are
Like bubbling art. I mean, we got artists that's already on right now.
Really shit. Yeah.
Like we got, you got Yellow Cash Page. You got
Okay.
D Gotti independently, who's bubbling. You got Take Money, who's she's not independent, but she's doing her thing. She does really well on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Got Lil Earl, producer wise. Got Digi Norm.
You got RJ.
RJ the Weirdo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, RJ crazy. RJ is crazy. Who's his producers?
Sonic produces.
Sonic.
Shout out Sonic Major. That's a real name.
Shout out Sonic Major, man.
What's his name?
Dre-Eazy.
Dre-Eazy. Damn, I forgot. We got beat by Jeff out here too. You know what I'm saying? He did Lil Uzi for fun.
88.
Yeah, 88. Ziggy made it. You know, they both did the 2 biggest records on
Shout out Jumpman. You fuck with Jumpman and Gutter now?
Oh, yeah.
Jumpman.
100 Jumpman.
Oh, Jumpman.
That's
Yeah,
another
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Fuck with Jumpman.
When I was home, that's another
Okay.
thing I gotta say is when I was living in my car for a little second, like I used to pop up with Trouble, PJ, at the little U1.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
I used to
Shout out
just
Trouble.
pop up there and then shout out Trouble, because they used to just let me pull up to that joint, just like the little empty studio. I used to just be in there trying to learn
That's
how
amazing.
to, you know what I'm saying? And then I would just dip out.
Shout out you.
Washington. It's the Washington street.
Nah, for dance off.
For real. Oh, they got a guitar center.
Because we all from the city, you know what I'm saying? How much has the city changed in the last just decade? From just y'all just seeing the growth. Just something, I remember when I was coming up.
Used to be a lot of violence, bro.
Yeah,
It's still violent, but
Hold
you
on,
know.
I said that to say, 'cause when I was coming up like 07, 05, nobody was like, it wasn't cool to be from August. You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
I would literally go to.
Now niggas house the city out.
They
Yeah.
laugh at us when we say so. Just how has it changed just off of just the scenery.
Right.
I go to certain parts right now. I ain't never seen this shit.
I think
Yeah.
the kids, right? That's the kids. Like, for instance, I'm gonna give, hey, shout out Splurge too, because
Shout
for
out
instance,
Splurge,
when I was in high school, Splurge, like, I used to live in Heather Glen.
Glen, baby.
Yeah, I used to live in Heather Glen, and he was like I remember like talking with his mom every day. Spurge was like a kid, like used to play basketball with his little brother. He used to be our next door neighbors. So like seeing like him, for instance, as a young kid, just like, yo, I'm gonna try something. I think people started realizing like, yo, like I can try and do whatever I want to do, and if it don't work, it don't work. You know what I mean? I remember early on, we speaking on Arlington and not Dallas.
So we're talking about our city.
Yeah, so Arlington, I remember there used to be a lot of like kids while we were in high school where it's like they found their creativity and like going to like these little shows, these little underground shows. I remember, what was it called? Dallas Underground or something like that?
Yeah, We Are Dallas.
We Are Dallas changed my life. Not because of the Dallas aspect of it, but just the fact that like there were so many Arlington motherfuckers I knew where we were just like, I would pop in there, show face, shake, and it just made you want to learn something.
Niggas was networking for networking.
Bruh, it made you want to learn something. I remember when I popped up to We Are Dallas, had my little like cheek, cause I used to be into shoes.
Yeah.
I was and Sam used to ask anybody. I was a shoe nigga. Like,
Niggas stepping heavy.
you come to Israel, you like, yo, like, is this real? Are these fake? Can you clean it up? You know what I'm saying? And I remember I traded some 1998 metallic 5s for my first camera, and then I took that camera and I went to We Are Dallas. Met Post Malone, met Cardi early, and it was just like it put that drive in me where I was like, yo, like,
I can do this.
I can do this shit.
Yeah. You had to see it to believe it.
Right. And at that time, it wasn't like they weren't where they are now. Like everybody was on SoundCloud. Like,
Yeah.
had a few 100,000 plays. Like, yo, like, art's like it's real. Like I don't have to be as Sam used to beefing with Bowie niggas.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Talk this shit.
you know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about that no more. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, there was just a switch, probably like 2015, where everybody found their pocket. And they're like, yo, I'm gonna stick with this.
Yeah.
Man, tell me something for y'all, because again, y'all both kind of DJ, producer. What are the sounds when you think of your youth that you hear? I mean, collectively.
Like my dad had cassettes, like Barry White, Teddy Pendergrass, Lisa Marie Presley, Michael Jackson. My uncle's Michael Jackson's bass guitarist. I took bro, we went to the studio, one of the softest fucking floors.
I hope you niggas listen.
You felt the floor that soft before?
Man.
In the studio? Maybe you have.
This man had,
I don't know, but I
had
have.
a picture. You know that there was an iconic picture of Michael Jackson in the red leather suit. He was like this, and all his instrumentals on the side. I seen this man uncle like this,
Right next to me.
bro, with the bass that he was holding hanging right there. I was like, oh no, this is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What?
I got a real love for music though. You feel me? Like
That's
I
what
could
I'm
not
saying.
like social media and all that shit could not be real. Like I would still be doing
Fuck with
this
the
shit,
dude.
nigga, for 10%. I still do it, nigga. You don't even have it.
Yeah. When I used to
Real
stay,
talk, nigga.
hey, look, when I used to live on PJ's couch, bro, I was living on PJ's couch for like a year. This nigga used to pull up and just like at night, not talk to nobody, just be in there, just making beats.
All
Just
day.
leave every day.
So how do y'all link
Hold
up?
on, I know he just shot it, man. But let's get into that, man. Before we even leave that, man. Shout out Gage, free Gage, by the way. What was the link up with Gage, man? Because
Dallas Global.
hella-
Dallas Global posted him on Twitter one day. I seen this nigga like beating on the desk. I'm like, damn, this little nigga got a little something. You know what I'm saying? I had just got home from college, nigga. I was working at Victoria's Secret and that doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Get money. So, and I DM this nigga at my job as I'm folding fucking Victoria's Secret panties. I see this nigga. Hit him up. I'm like, yo, bro, like, let's make some music. He's like, yeah, bro, I just got out the pen, bro. I was kicking doors. This nigga, you know, Gage is nigga. Gage is a hungry ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? So like, Gage hit a lick one day. Him and his homies left. That nigga seen some money in one spot. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. But Gage always that type of nigga. Like, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and grab that. That nigga went back, grabbed that shit, went to
At least I
jail.
need that.
You know what I'm saying? That's how Gage locked up. Got locked up. Met him. Pulled up, bro. He was 5 minutes from my crib. He's like, I stay 5 minutes from you. I sent him my address. Boom, pulled up, made that whole tape. Our tape did like 700K streams in 5 months. Say Cheese, hottest artist. You know what I'm saying? Me and him learned a lot of stuff throughout that process, taking advantage of the moment. You know, we know what to do now. Bro's locked up, unfortunately, right now. He gets out and on parole here soon. So.
I know you had a question.
Nah,
Yeah.
I know you just spoke on, bro, and like I said, I love him as an artist. I love him. I know he go back and forth with the rapping and the R&B, so I love when he get on the melodic shit. He hard.
Yeah, bro, and that's just kind of like letting him know, like, hey, bro, like, you know, you really touch people when you're more melodic and you can sing, and you know, you're not just rapping about the street shit, fucking hoes. You know
I always say this, but it's like, I feel like, me personally, I feel like the rap music is out, it's kind of dying. Like it's a whole new genre coming. You get what I'm saying? When you say like the melodic, you went to the show the other day.
Heavy rap.
Yeah, the jumping in the crowd. Cause I always say this, but you had the little, is it Lil Uzi?
Yeah,
It was like, he's gonna be the best rapper. He said, no, I'm gonna be a rock star in the next. You know what I'm saying? And then you see today's rap.
I got like that pop rock.
Kind of got like that whole rock star.
Rap rock.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I just feel like people are grown up and they want to feel something. A lot of people got partners now.
The energy
Kids, and they don't want their kids absorbing that. And you got to think, like, did y'all watch the Sam Smith performance at the Grammys?
No.
Y'all should check that out, and you'll kind of like understand where I'm coming from, like from the spiritual aspect of where music can go. It's like two sides to the shit, really. You know, that's what the Grammy show is. Like we got this.
Now, elaborate on what you mean by that.
Just how life is. You know, good and evil.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
Music. It was, if you just go research what is music was used for originally, you'll understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like,
do your homework.
Music is very powerful. It's something that was put on this earth to control minds, and so like, bro doesn't make Have you made any? He doesn't have any negative records. And when I started managing him, he made it very clear that he doesn't want to work on anything negative. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's something that changed my mindset on music. It's like, okay, that showed me it's two sides to this shit. It really is.
No,
if you look at it, wait for you.
But hold on, where that growth coming from? Where you like, man, I ain't putting out no negative shit.
I want something that vibrate.
You scared over future, like fuck that shit, cause you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. Where you like? I'm just done with this shit.
Come from them being Nigerian.
I think not. That's
where it click at.
I just remember. I remember like I told you, bro. I remember being down and out, like, and I remember like what I was like, what was around me. And like what I was listening to. And I remember how things started changing when I just said, okay, I'm gonna flip what I consume. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, like I fuck the rap shit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not, but it's, I just remember how it impacted my life. Exactly. Like I remember, like when I was talking to him, he was like, yeah, you should work with so-and-so or so-and-so for work for so-and-so. I'm just like, bro, I don't think I'm really on that right now, bro. Like,
real talk.
Like I want to make music that people like, cause ultimately I think music is just something. Music is what emotions sound like. So music is just meant to make you feel something. Whether it's Chief Keef and you need that energy, feel that. Whether it's Ari Lennox and you want to feel smooth, feel that. But I just know at that moment, the emotion that I want to convey to people is like just like a feel good. Like, yo, like you can listen to all the rap shit during the day, but then when you listen to anything that I produce, it's like, oh nah, like I uplift and I feel. But don't get me wrong though. I got some shit I can play you and you be like, oh yeah, this shit bumping. You know what I'm saying? But just what I prefer at the moment is just feel good music.
Just the growth.
Yeah, man. Even if it's rap shit, feel good rap shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man.
What is the concept, I guess, for as an individual to lead and carry that your energy that way?
What you mean?
It's hard to stay directed within that piece. As you said, you're never being surrounded. I mean, when we come out into the world, it is so much mixed energy, so much mixed emotion. Sometimes that could leave a stain on you in the
see. Don't get me.
So when you're coming out into this world, meeting these different people,
Yeah.
off screen, we're not gonna mention the name. You said you met an individual who's a high individual, and when you met him, you was just like this.
They need us what I learned, they need us just as bad as we need them.
Yeah, that too. I mean,
When you're that valuable, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, like when you can do what this nigga do in the room and what I can do on the business side, like this is what we want. If you don't want it, this is gonna go a certain type of way or I'm gonna just sue the fuck out of you, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like so it's like, okay, wow, these are black young men, but they're not stupid. We cannot take advantage of them. Okay, we gotta treat them with respect. If not, we're gonna move our business over here.
That's what I'm asking.
You know what I'm saying?
You go into these rooms as a black man in front of these white men in these suits, you know, Billboard CEOs. Again, y'all CEOs yourself, but it's a different construct.
You know what's
being
more?
a black man.
You know
what's
the most,
that feel like?
You know what's the most important thing? It's not about the color of your skin or what suit you wear. It's information. It's just do you know this information? Because everything comes down to that. You want to know why like everybody has these get-ups and these suits and everything? But I've met somebody who walk in a meeting with the sweatsuit on that has more information than everybody in the room, and that information allows them to run that room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've met kids that can make the craziest music you ever heard, but they don't have the information, so it allows people that can't make what they make take advantage of them because they have the information. Everything, and then I remember my teacher in high school, like one of my teachers in middle school, and my mom used to tell me like, bro, everything is just information. Like you have to get an education. And I used to think education meant school. Education doesn't necessarily mean school, it just means gaining information every day. I wake up every day and the first thing I do is watch YouTube for like 4 hours of like just informational shit. You know what I'm saying?
With a brother named 19 Keys?
19
Keys. Yes, I think.
Yes, it's on the tip of my I'm trying to remember the last.
You want to go tap
IG.
If you want to go tap into something a little different, go tap into 19 Keys. A heavy conversation, high frequency, for damn sure.
Yeah, so it's just information. Like for instance, you could be a 12-year-old kid. If you have the understanding of, okay, if I make a song and there's only 2 people on the song and I make this whole melody, I'm entitled to 50% of that production. If you just know that simple information and you make something, you give it to somebody and somebody releases your stuff, that information alone, you can be like, hey, I need my money because I know I need this. And they'll try to scare you and be like, oh, nah, we'll never work. Okay, I hear you.
What's next? Like,
What's next?
you know, we're not worried about if you'll never work with us again. We're worried about like, can I get these lifetime royalties?
You don't want to do business with these people.
Yeah, like why would we want to do business with you moving forward if you're gonna do this right now?
It's manipulation.
Yeah.
You're trying to manipulate a 12-year-old kid to get your way.
That's a hustle through the money.
It's manipulation. And especially if you add that information of like, okay, I know I'm supposed to get 50%. And then now you realize it's as easy as emailing Spotify and being like, we're not gonna get too much into the. We
gotta take down a big ass record.
We're about
tomorrow.
A huge record that everybody
Y'all want to
heard.
tell the people or no?
No, we can't say it just yet, but literally like, it's as simple as adding the extra information of like, okay, I could just email Spotify.
For the people,
Like,
for
yo.
the information, as far as on the power you talking about, what, not the one for tomorrow, but what is the biggest record you've taken down?
L Alpha 4K.
How many views did it have when it was up?
Yeah.
Pop that shit.
Yeah.
Hey man, get your black and white right.
Nah,
A1music.
For damn sure. And tell me something, man. Well, let's lead there. God damn, why just keep.
I feel like why me and Ice work together very well. When we started working, we made it clear that like, I'm my own boss, you're your own boss.
Yeah, it's all of them.
So let's help each other.
We're talking about 173 million, my boy. 173 million views and you get taken down because of the business is not correct.
Yeah. And I own a percentage of that record.
I need that.
And my producer owns the majority of that record, for sure.
That's heavy. And go get back to what you were saying. Why do you think y'all's relationship is what it is?
I respect Ice because when we started working, like I told you, my background was management. Like, I'm not the type of guy that's like, I need somebody to take over everything I'm doing. Nah, like, no. I kind of just need a person that's like, I know it does what they do really good, where I'm like, all right, when it's something that I'm not in the space to take care of at the moment, I'm like, yo, can I trust? And it's vice versa. Ice knows if he's like, yo, on the A1music side, because we have A1music and Agency 301. On the A1music side, if he's like, yo, like, bro, can you call so-and-so or do so-and-so so we can so-and-so? I'm like, I got you. And it kind of just works that way, where we just help each other out in different ways. You know what I mean?
Balance.
Let's see. We at the top of 2023 still. I mean, what do we have planned? What is set up? I mean, what do we lead to? I mean, we got so much going on right now. With the year started off amazing. What do we see set out for coming? Because I know we got something planned outside of Miami. That my boy Ice going to, right? Yeah.
You gonna get him in trouble.
No. We finna go handle business, but man, he got to enjoy himself a little bit. When this drop, he'll be to Miami back already. When this drop, he'll be back.
No cap, though. Bro's working on Rihanna's project and a few other projects right now, so you know, trying to keep growing.
Can you repeat? You said he working on who project?
Riri.
Come on now.
Yeah, so we're trying to scale it up and get more, the big shit. We're trying to get into that pop market, bro. Like the urban shit, cool. We could do the urban shit. That's nothing. Like you feel me? It's cool. We learned about the urban market. We learning about markets now. So now we trying to take it to level 3, get up in that pop market. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goals. What's your goals, bro?
Yeah.
Nah, man. So
Man.
my goal this year, outside of my own personal production, and the records that we got going on, we got some records. I'm not gonna lie, we got some records. But I do want to find an artist and sign an artist this year again.
That's heavy.
And take all the leverage that we built from what's going on now, and just kind of funnel it through another person. Because I realized with me, I get the happiest helping somebody else. I remember this person I'm not gonna name because I don't fuck with them. But when they got their first 100,000 streams, I was happier in that moment than I was when I won a Grammy. Like I was like, yo, you got 100,000 streams, calling them like, yo, like, do you see this? Because I helped them from when they had no music out. I called them, I was like, yo, or when I got them verified on Instagram, I was like, yo, like, yo, you really turning up? Like I was more ecstatic than I was when we, don't get me wrong, I was excited when I got on that stage. When we got off Ice Knows, I was just like, yeah, man, on to the next, But when they got that 100,000 streams, I was happy for like 2 weeks straight. I was like, oh, I really helped. We really fucking did this shit, you know what I'm saying? So I want to sign somebody this year and just kind of like, now I have the finances as well to like kind of help push it to that next level for them. And I have the relationships where it's like, yo, just need somebody, the right person. Just the right person that's coachable, that's talented, marketable. I want to take it there. Because ultimately, producing is just something I do because I'm good at it. It's not, I don't want to be a producer for 60 years. Like, I want to build this company, Agency 301, and just be able to change other people's lives, honestly.
Hey, it's feasible. Young man, young woman, you can make this happen. Ice, quick question. How many employees do you have under your A1music?
I got 57. Yeah, man. 2 executive producers, and the rest of my producers make top lines.
Y'all can make it happen.
Hey, you execute, put a plan together, make it happen. Move your feet, figure out the first step. And keep leading the way. I mean, again, they right out the city. What y'all doing major. And what I was gonna say when he hollered at Riri like it was normal, and he sat there like we just ain't talk about Super Bowl Riri. Y'all got something major coming, cause we hollering out the biggest in the game, and it's just normal. And god damn it, if y'all niggas ain't excited, I'm excited for you niggas.
It's gotta land it.
It's beautiful.
Gotta land it first, though. You know what I'm saying?
I do have one.
We definitely keep it real. We people that's not finna lie to ourselves for sure.
Yeah.
So like,
I gotta say one thing though. This is probably the last thing I'm saying, bruh. The good stuff comes right after the worst moment. I swear. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, like I feel like I have plenty testimonies of that. Like it gets really, 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 really bad, and then it's like a test of like, all right, can you deal with this? Because if you can't deal with this bad moment, you can't deal with the good. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it gets really bad before it gets really good. Like, when people used to tell me that, I used to be like, man, stop. Like, bro, when people tell you those template answers, like, stop talking. But nah, it's true. Like, every moment I can remember in my life that was like, I was really down and out, like, every time I stuck through it a little bit, it got really good. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the few first times it got really good, I wasn't ready to accept it. So like, it got bad again. Then it got really good, then it got bad again. And then the day I realized like, yo, like, and it clicked, and it was like, yo, I have to prepare myself while the bad is going on to be able to properly accept the good. That's when everything was like, we were able to maintain the coast.
I think you just understand the process now. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kobe Bryant, I got this from him though, but he say like, when you work so hard at something and you do it, don't be surprised because that's just a reward. So I think whenever you going through all this shit, you is getting this, that's why you thinking of the next step. Because you work so hard that it's really the reward that you know you work for. You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And that's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Like when you put that work in like y'all had, that's just a reward. It's just like for y'all to see that shit. We want to have y'all in here give y'all some flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. We done pop some bottles.
Bottles.
Big love.
Appreciate it for sure, bro.
You gotta give them some game, Ice, man. Give something to the people before we go, man.
Man, if you make it, you own it. Can't nobody take it from you here in America. So that's the best.
By law, oh God.
That's the best. Anything. It could be anything.
Say that one time. You make it. You
Copyright infringement, nigga.
Yeah.
For real.
You got something, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You said enough.
Nah, I think what he said, I think it might take y'all a moment to really understand what he just
Repeat it
said.
one more time.
It's a lot deeper. If you make it, you own it, and nobody can take it from you.
In America, bro.
In America, and naturally, if you don't know this music, I know people say you better copyright your music. You should, but there's a natural copyright. If you make it and there's proof and there's timestamps, you own that. Doesn't matter who touches it, who works on it.
Right when you create it.
Right when you create it, automatically.
That's heavy.
You know
Get
what I
your
mean?
money, get your paperwork right.
Get-
Hold on, before we leave, where can they find y'all at?
Absolutely. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I don't know how to fucking
My official DJ Ice, and then my business page is A1MUS.IC. You follow me on there, and then A1musicgroup.com website.
Yeah. My name is Israel. My production name is Israel with a 1, so all capital letters, please. 1SRAEL. My Instagram is ARTSOF1SRAEL, and my company page is Agency 301, AGENCY 301.
Hey, Biggest Move Podcast, man. I appreciate y'all coming, bro.
Hey, it's a business move. It's clear. Hey, I appreciate y'all for real, bro. It was a pleasure meeting you, bro. And it was a pleasure seeing you again. Hey, man.
I really.
I love meeting you, brother. Man, for the
Appreciate
man.